Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly scopes. Please keep in mind this is only a general reading. Take what it feels right and what resonates with your own life experiences at the moment. So Pisces, it seems a week to make tough choices. It seems a week where you're really going to need to find hope and joy inside of yourself. Because the outside environment, the outside circumstances that surround you may be a little bit shaky this week, or the energy is just erratic, and it's going to take a lot of you from you to keep the sun shining inside out, which is ultimately what we want. But the main opportunity is the Eight of Cups. The main opportunity is to leave a burdensome situation. The main opportunity is to walk away from something you are emotionally connected with, that you have put effort and investment in, and it hasn't paid off the way you were hoping, or the way you were passionate, or it didn't match the passion you had implemented in it. And you were acknowledging that it's time to distance yourself from the situation. Go walk in a ascending path into something that gives you more love and more joy and more fulfillment. But this is hard. This is hard. You have a lot of emotions connected to this. I feel like this has to do with a friendship situation, but it could be anything. Really, you're connected emotionally with. And it's hard. It's hard to walk away from something we are emotionally connected with. But ultimately, when you distance yourself from it, when you do your best to just distance yourself a little bit without cutting ties in a dramatic way, if you do that effort to distance yourself this week from the emotional situation you're connected with, maybe in that distance you'll see the bigger picture. You'll acknowledge, you'll realize really if it's worth to stay or not in the situation. But ultimately, this card says the main opportunity is to take a new journey, is to take a new direction, is to go in a different road from what you were wishing upon, from what you were building upon. And it's hard to walk away from something we put a lot of our emotional trust and our emotional hope in it. But sometimes that's just what it happens. It's meant that this situation is meant to have a lesson for us, which is the power of detachment. Sometimes we attach ourselves so much into the situations that we don't grow, we don't evolve, because we want to keep stuck. We want to keep in the comfort zone. And sometimes disruptions and apparently bad, negative things happen to force us out of that stagnation, to force us out of that comfort zone that was not bringing you space for more growth, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, all of yourself. And it's really hard to acknowledge that, I know. But as the main opportunity, I think you have opportunity to distance yourself from a situation that it's causing you turmoil, that it's causing you to be really confined into this state of just not feeling happy. Because the challenge is the sun. So the challenge is for you to be happy. The challenge is for you to feel free, to be in touch with your inner child and express the joys and the hopes and the victories and even the naive vibe of surrounding yourself with people, with life, with good vibes. The challenge is to be in a good vibe state of mind, is to be really tuned in with the sun, with feeling the warmth of life, feeling the warmth of emotions, of relationships, of things becoming glorious, things becoming so splendid. It's about this, again, that light I was talking about shining in your life. And the challenge is to, in the middle of this situation you are going through, to keep hope, keep being happy, keep being optimistical about your life and about the things you are wanting to achieve and the things you're wanting to accomplish. The challenge is to keep being positive, creative, uh, openly like this child. Have your arms, your chest, your soul open to life, open to experiences, open to the good things to come, which can be hard. I don't mean this like it's so easy when you're going through a lot. It's not easy to open ourselves, uh, to even find that there's a sun out there. That's why it's about you finding that sun inside of yourself. It's about you finding that point of yourself that no matter what happens, no matter what, you always can find a place, a solace in a specific attribute of your individual self that allows you to surface out of it, to that pushes you forward to try new things. It's about you doing a lot of meditation, a lot of conscious work on yourself to see which trait, sometimes so hidden, it's so buried inside all of crap we go through. It's about you acknowledging that exact point that triggers that sun, that triggers that inner sun, that inner self power expression, creative force that pushes you, no matter what's happening outside, that pushes you, drives you to live life, to open yourself to life. And that's the challenge. So really do a lot of work, inner child work, to see what makes that inner child come out and play. What is the thing that triggers it? The advice is the tower. So the advice is whatever disruption, whatever change, whichever fight you have this week, let it. Let it happen. There's no point in fighting the tower. The tower is a divine lightning that comes into our life and teaches the hard way what was not solid and what was not truthful with our own purpose here. So if you have a fight with someone, if something goes the wrong way, if something disrupts, if something apparently bad happens this week, let it. Let it. That's the advice. It's a liberation process. The tower is a liberation process. And many times we wouldn't do this liberation process without the lightning coming and destroying every single thing we take as secure, which is not. Because we tend to, we tend to get stuck in our comfort zones. We tend to appreciate it and want it so more that we believe there's nothing else out there for us when it is so much and your soul wants it. So our unconscious self puts together this energy where it's just calling upon some kind of destruction to happen. So you can be in the ground, hurt, bleeding out, naked and exposed. But you're still going to wake up. You're still going to get up. And you'll see when you have nothing left than yourself, when you have exactly nothing else but your own self, so be it. You acknowledge that you have everything you have. With you have everything you need. You start giving yourself the priority. You start seeing that you are the priority. You are the love of your life. You are the project of your life. It's all about you. discovering yourself, uncovering yourself. And many times this has to happen in apparent negative way, some kind of a loss, that it's a win. And it's hard in the beginning to see as win, but again, also the main opportunity was the Eight of Cups. So the advice is to liberate yourself, is to let whatever situation is going away and walking away from your life happen. Because you can take charge of it, you can walk yourself from your own choice away from it, and this tower feeling won't feel as disruptive and harsh as you keep climbing into it. So that's why I think those two are connected. And the sun as a challenge is to see the good in it, is to see the positive aspects and traits in it. The Zen advice is innocence, which actually is the sun card in the traditional tarot. So, double sun as the Zen advice and as a challenge. Exactly what I was saying. Tap into yourself. Discover what triggers your wisdom, what triggers your inner child, innocence, beauty, joy, wanting to look at things as experiences that fulfill you with knowledge and growth, and not exactly as negative things. So really, this week, keep yourself grounded and discover what's the joy of your life. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see each other next week.